Hey, what's going on? It's Dr. Gonzo Boogie here, and this is just a quick video I wanted to do where I just showed my Blade Runner collection, and Blade Runner happens to be my favorite movie to exist. It's my favorite movie, and I just love Blade Runner. Love everything about it. Director Ridley Scott just did a superb job on that. I think it's his best movie, and again, I just think it's a masterpiece. It's a science fiction masterpiece, but it's also just a great movie. Like, it's unique for a sci-fi movie too, because it has that same feel as like a sci-fi epic, kind of like 2001: A Space Odyssey. It has like a very art feel to it, and it also has like a very like there's like a lot of depth to the movie. You feel like what you're seeing has meaning to it, you know, kind of like 2001: A Space Odyssey, but just on like a different level. 2001: A Space Odyssey is more. There's a lot of religious like metaphors in that movie, and with Blade Runner, it's a little different. You know, it's more about you know, like the androids and the replicants and stuff like that. So it's a little different, and it's just a great movie. And but though it's like an epic like that, where it's like, you know, just it has that epic feel to it. But then it's also really fast paced, kind of like you know, more of like a you know, I don't want to say sci-fi action film, because there's not too much action in this movie, even though it is. But it's more like the action is kind of slower. But this movie is just very fast paced. Doesn't have any of those scenes with like a spaceship moving for like, you know, 10 minutes or something like that, you know, or any. It's like, it's the movie is all like, every shot you're seeing is part of the story, and it's really good. It's just great. If you've never seen Blade Runner, I highly recommend watching this movie if you're a science fiction fan, or if you just like to watch good movies. There's actually there's a lot of different cuts of this movie. So I mean, if you're going to see this movie, you know, just whatever cut you could see is, in my opinion, no matter how you cut this movie, it's gonna be a good movie, because it's just great already. The way it was written, the actors they chose, Harrison Ford and Sean Young, just great. And any actor in this movie, I just feel like is great. This is just one of those movies, in my opinion, that is completely perfect. Nothing wrong with it. It never used to be my favorite movie. Like, it's not like the first time I saw it, I just automatically thought it was my favorite movie. Kind of with like 2001: A Space Odyssey. That 2001: A Space Odyssey is another one of my favorite movies. But back when I first saw that movie, in like 8th grade or ninth grade, something like that, it kind of just like, it went over my head and kind of blew my mind, and like I was like, whoa. I'm like, so I instantly knew I loved this movie. But with Blade Runner, I didn't like instantly know this was like gonna be my favorite movie. I you know, I had it on DVD for a while, but it was never like my favorite movie. But because I had like it was weird. I had like the final cut of the movie, like, or the director's cut. I had one of those cuts, and like, I always really liked it. Like, I thought it was a great science fiction movie. I always had it next to Alien, you know, my Ridley Scott collection, and you know, but I always used to like Alien more. But for some reason, excuse me, one day I was like at a thrift store, and I picked up a copy of Blade Runner on VHS. This had been after I actually hadn't had the movie on DVD in a while. I had sold my copy or traded the copy I had, um, and I didn't have the movie for a while. This is recently now, and then I recently, like, I would say this was probably like maybe like almost like a little more than half a year now, or it could have been even more than that now. Time goes by and I lose track sometimes. But yeah, I went to a thrift store and I picked up a copy of like Blade Runner, the theatrical cut, or the unrated cut, which is just the theatrical cut with like a couple extra gore scenes put in. And I picked that up at a thrift store. I also picked up Highlander, and that was the day that I got into Highlander too. Like that was the first time I had ever seen Highlander that day when I picked up those two VHSs. And I just I had never seen the theatrical cut of Blade Runner, and for some reason it just really like got me. Like for some reason I just loved it, like more than the director's cut or the final cut. I just there's something about it, the narration with the extra scene at the end, because I was really like the two characters, Harrison Ford's character and Sean Young's character, Deckard and Rachel. I was just like I was really for their characters. Like I felt for them a lot for some reason. Like the way their characters were written, I just really felt for them, and wanted to see something good happen. Like out of all this craziness, and that's like why for some reason the theatrical cut just like really works for me. It just it has a charm to it that I just fell in love with, and ever since then, it's just been my all-time favorite movie. So, like, this has been a movie that I've been a fan of for a while, probably for years now. But just recently, it's become my like all-time favorite movie like ever. I can't get enough of this movie. So I figured I would just quickly show the collection I have because it's not that big, anyways. But I have the 4 disc DVD collection, which I would highly recommend this if you were going to buy this on DVD. This 4 disc set is just as cheap as any of the other editions, and it comes with all the cuts of the movie. It comes with the final cut, which is when this edition came out, that was like the one that had the cut that had just come out. And then on the 3rd disc, it comes with the complete archival versions of the movie. So it comes with the 1982 U.S. cut, the international cut, which also came out in 1982, but it was like released internationally. That's also the unrated cut, like the cut with the extra violent scenes, the one that you can get on VHS. And then it comes with the director's cut also. So it's just awesome. It's got everything you would want. It's got some other cool, real cool special features on it. And I would just really highly recommend this set if you're going to buy Blade Runner, or if you're looking to upgrade your like Blade Runner collection. Definitely, it looks real nice. It's packaged very nicely, and again, just great. Would recommend this. And then right here, I actually have 4 copies on VHS of Blade Runner. This is the copy that I had like bought that day that like made me fall in love with this movie. This is like the unrated international cut. It's the one that they always put on VHS before the director's cut came out. And now every time I go to a thrift store and I see this there for $1, or like whatever they're selling them for, I usually just pick it up. It's a little weird and like it's like what's the point to it, but it's like why not? I really don't care. I like if I see this in a at a thrift store and it's just sitting there for $1, I can't help but pick it up. I would never pay more than like $1 or $2 for a copy of this since I already own 4 now. But I'm really looking for a brand new copy, like one that's not open. Um, just because I love this movie that much. That's what I'm saying. Like if I go to a thrift store and see it on VHS, I can't help but buy it, even if I already own the VHS copy. I love this movie that much. And then I also have 2 copies of this edition on VHS, which I like the design for this one. It's cool. Just like I really like the design for this one. It's almost funny how there's a picture of him running. Like they couldn't get any more like literal than that. Like Blade Runner. It's like he's running. I just thought it was kind of funny. But I really like this cover too. That's kind of what attracted me to buying it again. Cause I hadn't seen the movie for a while. And then I was in a thrift store and I saw this copy and I picked it up, and that's like when I said I like fell in love with this movie. It's just like favorite movie right now. But yeah, and this is just the international cut or the unrated cut, and it's the same one as that's on like this edition, and it's just pretty cool. Again, I just like I said, I can't help but pick up a copy of Blade Runner if I see it, and same goes for the director's cut. I got a couple copies of this on VHS too, and again, I know this is a little you know pointless to own more than one copy, but I'm obsessed. Alright, what can I say? And this one is actually sealed, but the bottom had been cut. But that's still cool. So, you know, then you can get the tape out. But I'm actually still looking to buy the director's cut and these other editions brand new. I'm hoping that I can come across in a thrift store unopened ones. But then again, it's such an awesome movie. I know it's hard to keep it sealed because you want to just break it open and watch it. But I have a couple more things here. This is the soundtrack by Vangelis, and this is a great soundtrack. It's instrumental, like synth music. Some of it's real jazzy. I mean, if you've seen the music, if you've seen the movie, you know what the music's kind of like. And I would recommend this. It has some tracks that aren't in the movie, and overall, it's just really good. And it also made me become a fan of Vangelis because I'm a fan of like instrumental synth music. I'm also in like a band that does synth music, and we do a lot of instrumentals, the photographs, and this is like an inspiration towards the stuff that I bring towards the band. And I love this soundtrack. It's one of my favorite movie soundtracks. I listen to this a lot. I haven't listened to it recently, but when I watched this movie, I listened to it. Like right after I watched the movie, I usually listen to the soundtrack. But I took a break from the movie because like a couple of months ago, I was seriously watching the movie like every other day or like at least twice a week. Like I seriously was like obsessed. I couldn't get enough of watching this movie, and with all the different cuts of the movie, you know, one day I would watch the director's cut, another day I would watch the final cut, another day I would watch the theatrical cut, and then you got the international cut. So there's a lot of different cuts of the movie to watch, and I felt, you know, I was just trying to take it all in and like study it almost, and I just love this movie. Just a great movie. But the soundtrack is great too. And now, excuse me. And I also have a couple other Vangelis collections that have Blade Runner songs. Both of these only feature like the love song and the end titles. And this one I would highly recommend for just for a fan of Blade Runner and also a fan of Vangelis. This one actually came out before you could get the soundtrack on CD. This didn't come out until 94 on CD, 94 and 95. And this was actually a collection that came out in like the late 80s, and it featured a couple of the Blade Runner songs. So for a while, this was like the only way you could get some of the Blade Runner songs, and one of the reasons I would recommend this is because the end titles is actually almost like a minute longer than any of the other versions I have. It's longer than the version on this, and it's longer than the version on this. And the end title song is probably my favorite song, and it's just really awesome. And the extra minute is great. And last but not least, I have the Blade Runner book, which I haven't read yet, but I want to get around to reading. And this is just Do Androids Remove Electric Sheep, which is the book that Blade Runner was based on. It's just like a repackage of it. For when the final cut came out, they put out this edition of the book. And I just picked it up. You know, I had the movie poster on the cover. I was like, I gotta grab it. But I plan on reading this book. And I've always wanted to. Even back in high school, I always thought this sounded like a cool book. Do Androids Remove Electric Sheep? In my opinion, that's just a badass name. I actually, our band, The Photographs, we named like a single, or like we did a song after the book's name, Do Androids Remove Electric Sheep, and it's pretty cool. But yep. Other than that, just awesome. I want to get around to reading this, and I just haven't had time yet. So as soon as I have time, I'm definitely going to read this. But that is my entire Blade Runner collection, and I actually plan on buying some of the comic books, and I wouldn't mind getting the awesome box set on DVD. It comes with the fifth disc that has like some rare cut of the movie. I forgot what it's called, but it's like, for completist fans like me, it's like an essential. So one of these days, I want to buy that awesome box set, and also yeah, I just want to get some of the Blade Runner comic books too. So yeah, that was my Blade Runner video, and again, thanks for watching. If you liked it, give a thumbs up or post a comment, and thanks again for watching.